This is 5 on your side at 5. Focused on you.
Road rage turns deadly in South St. Louis County right now. Police are investigating a deadly shooting that happened near a busy intersection in Fenton. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kelly Jackson.
And I'm Ann Allred. Police say this all started after two drivers got into an argument this morning. 5 on your side's Diamond Palmer has been on this story all day. She's talking to eyewitnesses and the police. She's live in Fenton. This is a really busy area of Fenton too, Diamond.
And that's right. St. Louis County Police say at 8:10 this morning, two drivers got into a road rage incident here on Highway 141. And they say that that's when an argument happened between the two of these drivers, and one of them shot at the other one. But now police say one person is in custody. A witness I spoke to says a man driving a Merritt landscape and lawn care vehicle was shot in the back after walking back to his vehicle following this confrontation. It happened in an area near a large shopping and dining plaza, and police arrived. They found a man with a gunshot wound. He was later transported to a hospital where he was pronounced dead. I spoke to another couple who says they were in the area for breakfast and knew something was terribly wrong when they saw the large amount of police.
It's just so crazy because this is right in our backyard. We only live a couple of miles down the road, and to hear of anything like this happening in this neighborhood is almost unheard of.
It's absolutely terrifying. I mean, we're so close to home, and for this to happen so close to where you live, it's unheard of, like he said. And I mean, I'm glad nobody else got hurt and then a stray bullet didn't hit somebody.
Now, I have reached out to Merritt Landscape and Lawn Care for comment, and we are awaiting that response. But St. Louis County Police say this investigation is ongoing. But if you have any information about this incident, you are urged to call Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS. Reporting live here in Fenton, Diamond Palmer, 5 on your side.
Tonight, a suspect is in custody after a deadly shooting inside a North St. Louis County business. This happened at a strip mall on West Florissant Avenue around 11 this morning. A worker tells us it happened in the E-Class salon. Police arrested the suspect after a foot chase. They're still investigating what led up to the shooting. The victim's name has not been released.
Two Belleville men are charged with a murder in the Metro East. Prosecutors have charged Carlos Mosley and Amari McGee. They're accused of killing Tyrese Owens near his apartment in Collinsville. Owens' body was found in a ditch on Wednesday with cuts on his body. Investigators are still trying to figure out what led up to the crime.
Police are investigating an attempted carjacking of a rideshare driver in Kirkwood. The driver was picking up a passenger on Hartman Court when a vehicle tried to block the driveway. Two people got out, tapped on the driver's window, pointed a gun at him, and told him to get out. The passenger came out, scaring off the suspects. So far, no arrests.
Tonight, the FBI is warning that carjackings are rising all across the country. One Illinois family is sharing their story after they were carjacked at gunpoint in their own driveway. And the entire thing was caught on camera. It happened in Chicago. Surveillance cameras caught two armed men, one in a mask, sprinting toward Michelle Pettiford and her 12-year-old daughter. They threw her down, grabbed her purse, pointed their guns at her. Her daughter ran into the house screaming, and that's when her husband came out, and their suspects pointed the gun at him.
I think it went through my head like, is this real? Is this really happening?
You hear about blood-curdling screams. It's just something I'll never forget.
Eventually, the thieves got away with the car. The FBI says carjackings are up 8%, with most of them involving a weapon.
Tonight, more Palestinians are leaving northern Gaza following several strikes on hospitals overnight. While some blame Israel, Israel is blaming Hamas. NBC's Alice Barr has the latest from Jerusalem.
The Biden administration is welcoming Israel's agreement to allow daily 4-hour pauses in fighting in parts of northern Gaza. The president calling it a step in the right direction while acknowledging frustrations.
It's taking a little longer than I hoped.
Tens of thousands of Palestinian civilians have fled the north through a designated safe route.
Much more needs to be done to protect civilians and to make sure that humanitarian assistance reaches them.
It comes amid growing outrage over new strikes on and near hospitals in the Gaza Strip. While the details remain unclear, the health ministry in Hamas-run Gaza is blaming Israel for a blast at Al-Shifa Hospital, where thousands of civilians are sheltering. Israeli officials say they have evidence it was actually a misfire from a militant group in Gaza. Aid organizations pointing to international humanitarian law protecting hospitals.
The different parties to the conflict need to ensure that these hospitals are not put at the center of their fighting.
As the Israeli military pushes its ground forces deeper into the Gaza Strip, officials are defending their tactics, claiming that Hamas hides its headquarters below Al-Shifa Hospital. U.S. officials have not confirmed that.
And if Hamas uses hospitals as it does to shield its military infrastructure, they have lost their immunity now, and in doing so, Hamas has committed the war crime.
At the same time, the families of hostages taken by Hamas in last month's brutal terror attack are growing increasingly desperate. This man urging the Israeli government to pay any price to bring them home. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And you can get updates on the war by texting the word Israel to 314-425-5355.
I always say it, working for the weekend, and we want to know the weather first forecast and see how it's looking.
Yes, meteorologist Jim Castillo. I would love to wear sweaters and little jackets this weekend.
Done. You've got it. In fact, it's going to be really chilly in the morning hours, in the 30s, some areas in the 20s outside of St. Louis tomorrow morning. And that'll be our coldest morning out of the next 7. And we're still chilly on Sunday morning also. But look at the highs, 57 Saturday, 63 Sunday. Saturday's the, well, sun and clouds mixed kind of day, but dry. And then Sunday's just totally sunny and 63. If you're headed out right now, we're in the 40s, even around St. Charles, and we've dropped to 51 at the airport in St. Louis. And temperatures are a little bit warmer to the south, closer to 60. But grab a jacket if you're headed out to a late dinner. Temperatures falling into the 30s by 10 p.m. in many areas. Much more on how low those temperatures will go coming up in Maine weather.
All right, see you then, Jim. Communities across the country are honoring our veterans this weekend. That includes a special tribute in St. Charles County. 5 on Your Side's Travis Cummings shows us how they're paying tribute.
Here at Assumption Parish of the Blessed Virgin Mary Catholic Church in OFallon, it was young people leading the way to say thank you to the many men and women who devote their lives to the line.
During an 8 a.m. Mass, students from Assumption Catholic School presented St. Michael's medals and gave blessings to veterans. Army soldier Philip High spoke briefly about what it means to be a veteran. A World War II veteran who is turning 100 soon was in attendance, along with Marine Corps Sergeant Rodney Rocky Sickman, a local Missouri hero and one of 65 Americans held hostage in Iran for 444 days during the Iran hostage crisis in 1979.
My parents taught me 3 things, right? It was love of family, love of faith, and love of country. And, you know, it's neat to come here to Assumption Parish this morning and watch the school and the church really instill that.
There are several other events happening across St. Charles County this weekend to celebrate veterans. You can find a list inside this story under the As Seen on TV section at ksdk.com. Reporting in OFallon, Travis Cummings, 5 on Your Side.
Tomorrow is the annual Veterans Day Parade in downtown St. Louis. It starts at 10:30. The 5 on Your Side live bus will also be there. The route starts at 18th and Olive. It goes down to Market, then to Chestnut, and passes the Soldiers Memorial Military Museum before ending at Tucker. At 11:30, there will be a ceremony outside Soldiers Memorial, a celebration, and car show.
Another government shutdown deadline where a short-term deal could lead to long-term consequences.
Shedding light on a skincare trend. Consumer Reports explains whether at-home LED light masks are worth buying into.